Hello yoga family, hello yoga community, welcome back to the mat, the best place to practice yoga for your body, mind, and soul. I'm returning after a multi-week hiatus. I've been recovering from COVID, which makes this class very aligning since we are caring for our root chakra, our physical body, our health and wellness. So this class is devoted to the muladhara chakra, which is the base of your being, the foundation for everything, and really the building block that provides the strength, structure, and stability for whatever else you're pursuing. Now, it is your right to be safe and secure, to feel vibrant and well, to feel like you belong, to have what you desire, and to trust yourself, others, and life at large. And with the current climate of the world, what's happening out in the microcosm and what is probably happening for you within your own intimate microcosm is that this energy center is incredibly exposed and sensitive to what's happening in the world, right? Again, macro and micro. And so my goal for you and I on the mat today is to feel completely and fully cared for, to regain a connection to our root system, and to regain resilience so we can combat any type of fear we might be feeling. So this is a lower body centric class, and I really want us to work with this affirmation of I am fully and completely cared for, so that you can go pursue things off your mat and feel like you belong, feel vibrant and well, and feel like that foundation is really in place to support you. All right. So I am going to recommend 2 blocks. Please have those at your side, and we're going to start standing. So come into an upright posture. And this is a practice from 𝗪𝗙𝗋𝗃, my chakra yoga teacher, and it's a bioenergetic grounding exercise. Simply bring your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance. On the inhale, you'll bend the knees, and you can mimic the movement I'm making with my arms. And on the exhale, you'll bring the knees to about 95% straight. You will not lock out the knees, okay? And you'll keep moving like this, inhaling, shoulders over hips, exhaling, press down through the root system. You might begin to feel a trembling sensation at some point in the bending and straightening. If you feel that trembling sensation, welcome it, allow it to come forward, allow it to surface. So just moving slowly, inhaling to bend the knees, arms rise, exhaling to come to almost straight, arms descend. And we'll be here for a few minutes, waking up our root system, waking up our resiliency, waking up that strength, that structure, and that stability that we need to support ourselves day to day, off the mat, where life is happening. Shoulders stay stacked over hips. Exhaling to rise, inhaling to lower. So the root chakra is connected to your physical body. It is your physical identity. The element is earth. It's located at the base of the spine. It really has to do with the tangibility of both your body and your life. Keep moving. We've got a few more minutes. You're probably starting to feel your legs waking up, possibly experiencing that trembling sensation. And so anytime the body feels at risk, whether that's through illness, whether that's through the state of the world, whether that's through your finances, the state of your home environment, your career, your closest relationships. The root chakra can get knocked out of alignment. And so classes like these, where we charge the legs, can be really helpful to get grounded again and regain your center and reestablish your foundation. Last minute. Last 3. And 2. And 1. And now come to stand towards the top of the mat. Find your blocks if you're using them. Put them on the tallest setting and simply fold forward, coming into a Uttanasana forward fold, but borrowing from the yin practice and coming into dangler. And so bending the knees as much as you need to if you're using the blocks to rest your forearms atop the top of the block. Again, head and neck hang heavy. Allow the jaw to soften. And really allow the legs to be your pillars. Allow the strength of the lower body to support the torso so you can release and let go, so that you can be at ease and flow. Steady inhale and exhale. If you're not using blocks, I simply want your knees bent enough that the chest is resting atop the thighs. The goal is not to stretch the hamstrings during this stretch, but to really connect with the solidity of your root system. The stability that this foundation provides you. The root chakra has everything to do with your health and well-being, your sense of belonging in the world, your family, the state of your finances, the energy of your home environment, your workplace environment, your sense of trust, and your feeling of being at home in your body, feeling as though the body is a safe space to reside within. And so if any of those elements don't feel strong, stable, and secure, it's so difficult to rise up through the chakra system and to rise up into life. And so remembering to come back here anytime those elements feel out of alignment, come back to your roots. Reconnect with your foundation. Last few breaths here. If you're using the blocks, simply place them off to the side. We will gather them in a few moments. Bend the knees deeply and roll the body up to stand, stacking the vertebra. Feeling a sense of rebirth and rejuvenation as you arrive into Tadasana. pressing down through all four corners of the feet, down through the core of the legs, feeling the strength that resides here. Remembering that you have a foundation, that you are fully and completely cared for. Stepping to the top of the mat, please. Inhale the arms overhead. Gaze at those fingertips. Exhale, fold through the midline, reach the hip creases back as head and neck fully release. Inhale, lift up halfway. Press into the shins, lengthen from tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. Exhale, step back into plank. Hold plank for 3 breaths, please. Knees can be down here. Pressing down through the core of the hands and the feet now. Legs active, tailbone reaching towards the heels as you lengthen through the collarbone. Last breath. Lower all the way to the belly. Take your time. Stability is your priority. Lengthen back through both legs. Reach fingertips back as well. You're resting on the forehead now. On an inhale, lift everything up. And hold. Lower down. Feel free to shimmy the hips. Inhale, rise up. I am fully and completely cared for. Last breath. Invitation to shimmy the hips. And last time, rise up. Locust pose variation. Reach back through the fingertips as you roll the shoulder heads back. Tips of the shoulder blades reaching towards one another. Legs energized all the way through the toes. Last breath. And exhale, soften, let it all go. Shimmy those hips, please. Hands by the low ribs. Press back into Balasana, child's pose. I am fully and completely cared for. Arriving into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Lift the sacrum towards the sky. Knees can be bent. As you reach that sacrum even higher. Navel towards the spine. Sides of the body long, armpits rolling towards the heart as you firm the forearms and press down through the thumb and the pointer. Connecting with the earth plane here through both the feet and the hands. Pushing down into the yoga mat to sense how that energizes the whole body. Inhale to gaze forward, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Take your time. We're not rushing here. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Bend the knees deeply. Reach the hip creases back in space. Arms come overhead. Again, check in, hip creases back, shins energetically back, lengthening through the side of the body, all the way up through the fingertips. I am fully and completely cared for here. Last breath. Inhale, push into the feet, rise up. Tadasana, mountain pose. Pause for a moment. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, fold through the midline. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step the right foot back into a runner's lunge. This is where you might want to bring your blocks back online. They can be on the tallest setting, they can be on the medium setting, lowest setting, or you don't need to use them at all. Knee over ankle, left hip reaching back, spiraling the right inner thigh towards the sky as you lift the back of the right knee towards the ceiling and reach all the way through the right heel. Really energizing both legs to support you, regaining that connection to your roots, your strength, structure, and stability, which allows you to pursue what matters off your mat, to care for yourself. Let's inhale here. Exhale, wide-legged pyramid pose. Bring the front leg to something like straight as the chest lowers over the front thigh. Inhale, runner's lunge again. Exhale, send the hips back, wide-legged pyramid pose. Last time, inhale forward. Exhale, wide-legged pyramid pose. Bend the front knee. Step to the top of the mat. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Send the hip creases back. Reach through the fingertips. Let the lower half of the body be your foundation. Last full breath. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms sweep down by the sides. Take a moment, pause. Sweep arms high. Exhale, fold through the midline. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step left foot back this time. Find your runner's lunge. Take a moment to firm the foundation. Bring everything into place. Knee over ankle, right hip moving back in space. Left thigh spiraling towards the sky as the knee lifts towards the ceiling. Long line of energy from the left heel all the way through the crown of the head. Inhale here. Exhale, wide-legged pyramid pose. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale, take it back. Pushing down through the core of both feet. Inhale forward. And we're gonna step the back leg into Malasana Yogi squat. So to prepare, start to heel toe the front foot towards the edge of the mat. Bend the back knee deeply. Step it forward and lower down. Option to place a block underneath your bum if you're working with the props. Toes out, heels in. Hands in prayer, elbows to the interior of the legs. Use the elbows to push the knees out. Tailbone descends, sternum lifts. I am fully and completely cared for. I am fully and completely cared for. I'm going on week 2 of recovering from COVID. So this first class back feels incredibly nourishing. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. Last breath. Drive your weight down through the legs to lift all the way up to standing. Heel toe the feet together, coming into tree pose, please. Drive all of the way into the right foot. Really allow this leg to be your base. And then sole of the left foot, choosing which way am I going? Ankle, lower leg, sole of the foot into the upper thigh here. Using the right leg as your root system so that you can rise up and extend and expand. 3 breaths here. Lowering everything down, pausing, and really sensing how grounded you feel. I know I personally feel incredibly grounded after such a short sequence. Left leg foundation, sole the right foot. Choose your bus stop for Vrikshasana tree pose. Press down through all 4 corners of the left foot. Feel the kneecap lifting, the thigh firming, sole of the foot pressing into the thigh. Hands into prayer. And then pressing down to extend and expand. 3 breaths here. Hands come back through prayer. Release the leg here. Step to the top of the mat, please. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold through the midline. Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana. Step back into plank. 3 breaths. Knees can soften at any time. Let's all meet on the belly, lower all the way down. Forehead rests, reach the fingertips back. Inhale, lift everything up. Last breath. Lower down. Inhale, rise up. I am fully and completely cared for. Last breath. Lower down. One more time. Lower down. Place the hands underneath the head. Wiggle the hips. Let any tension go. Let any fear that's keeping you feeling stuck and unable to care for yourself, let that go. You are an autonomous adult, and you have the right to care for yourself fully and completely. Hands by the low ribs, press back into child's pose. Rise up. Swinging the legs around, coming into a forward fold. If you've got the 2 blocks, I recommend placing them on the medium setting underneath the knees. Reach the tailbone back. You're on the heels. Flex the feet back towards the torso. Reach the fingertips high. Exhale, hinge forward, and you can wrap the hands around the feet. You can place the hands on the ground. If you're not working with blocks, you can still have the knees in a very bent posture like me. Bringing your attention back to your roots, back to the idea that stability is your priority. And inquiring upon what that means off the mat. Where do you feel destabilized? Where are there cracks in the foundation? And what tools can you use to recreate and reintroduce stability? It doesn't have to be all asana or pranayama. It can be going for walks outdoors, reconnecting with nature. It can be cooking for yourself, caring for the body in that way. It can be prioritizing a sleep routine. Last breath here. Inhale, lengthen. And bring yourself back to an upright posture. And we're going to end now with a little bit of energizing breath work and chanting the mantra LUM, LUM. If you've got something you want to sit upon, I'm grabbing my blanket. Please bring it onto your mat with you. Okay. So you will need to be in a cross-legged posture, like so. Fingertips will rest atop the shoulders. Elbows will go out wide. On the inhale, you'll reach your fingertips and your knees up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, you'll make a ha sound. And we'll do this 20 times together. Moving a bit slower because stability is our priority on the mat together today. Take a centering breath with me. And let's begin. Release the breath technique. You could bring the hands or the legs into Sukhasana if that feels more comfortable. Sitting in an upright posture, hands resting on the knees. Drive the awareness down into the base of your spine. Visualizing a 4-petaled red lotus flower at the base of your being. Bringing you back into a state of strength and structure and stability. Bringing you back into the knowingness that you are completely cared for. 4-petaled red lotus flower at the base of the spine, and begin to chant LUM. LUM, LUM, LUM. You can chant it aloud or internally. LUM, LUM, LUM. And feel the subtle vibration at the base of the spine as you chant LUM, 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 LUM. LUM, 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 Lam, Lam, Lam. Last 3 repetitions. Lam, Lam, Lam. And pausing here for a moment. What can you do today to care for yourself? What can you do today to maintain this connection to your root system? What's one thing, not 3, not 5, not 10, one way you will maintain this connection you've cultivated on your mat? And bring the hands into prayer. Inhale for Om. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you for joining me back on the mat. It's been a hot minute for myself, and if it's been the same for you, welcome back. If you are curious about the chakra system and you like my holistic approach to yoga, seeing it as much more than a workout or a way to stay fit, then you will definitely want my yoga reset guide. The link is in the description below. It is a 7-step at-home chakra experience where there are meditations, asana classes, affirmations, and teachings, and off-the-mat journaling questions to really help you work through the chakra system in its entirety, which is incredibly healing and revealing. So thank you so much for joining me. Please meet me back here, as always, to keep practicing yoga holistically.